I'm Scott Wojcik. I'm a writer and sometimes artist of comic books. I've been doing it for about 3.5 years, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love writing. It's been my passion for a good 20, 25 years. I didn't do anything with my writing for the first 20, and then I jumped into comic books. It started out with my kids and I over COVID. They found my old story from grade 7, and they rewrote it and put themselves in it. And I told them, I'm like, yeah, I think this is kind of like the perfect first story to start with. That story was Cereal Box Time Machine. It's about three kids that find a magic wand in a cereal box, like we used to do when we found those old toys. They turn the cereal box into a time machine and travel to time. And that story, the idea behind these comics were to help kids learn to read. I think that's all three of my kids learned to read through that and through comics, and I thought that was a really good avenue. Um, yeah, actually, so start. I've got Probed and Loaded. This is a series that my son and I came up with when we were watching Army of Darkness. It's very slapstick humor, lots of nostalgia lines in it, throwback to old 80s movies, 90s movies. And then the real big ones are Monster of the Abyss. This is a series that Eric Olcsvary and myself have been working on. My 14-year-old son actually helps co-create it, and it's about Sleepy Joe and a monster under the bed. Really has like Five Nights at Freddy's, Bendy and the Ink Machine feel for it. Um, we have first two issues out, and they're all black and white on the interior. I really wanted to give people an experience of black and white, and Eric's great artwork. I really wanted to showcase that. Um, the plan was always to go color at one point, and in March we will be launching our Kickstarter in color. Of course, the lettering is done by Andrew Thomas, who does a fantastic job. But we've brought in a new person onto the team, Peyton Atkinson. She is just out of college and she's looking to get in the industry. So we wanted to give her the opportunity to work on some color work and kind of get a feel for it. So she's jumped on board, and we've been working away on it. Our pre-launch will start February 1st, I believe it is. You can find us on our Instagram and our Facebook accounts. Yeah, so on Facebook, Scott Wojcik, Wojcik, and then on Instagram, they can find me scott.wojcik.14, or they can also follow at CBTM Comics. And then they can actually go online and purchase books on my website at www.cbtmcomics.com.
My name is Eric Olcsvary. I'm a comic book writer and artist from Tillsonburg, Ontario. I specialize in sort of bouncy, messy ink work, very cartoony stuff. Here we're actually promoting Monster of the Abyss. So I am the artist for this book here, written by Scott Wojcik, letters by Andrew Thomas, and art by myself. We have 2 books out right now, but we have a Kickstarter coming out in March where Peyton Atkinson, a friend of mine, is going to be coloring the interiors. So started out as a black and white book, and we're going to be upgrading it with some new variant covers come March. Everything about me and to buy the books, etc., is at olscherry.com. So ALLSCHERRY, like the fruit. So olscherry.com's got all of my art on there, all my comics, and then any events I'll be going to, as well as Kickstarter info.
Yeah, my name is Mark Maia, and I'm the writer of So-Called Living. So I got the first issues of So-Called Living here at the event with all the variant covers available. And the whole series is going to be 8 issues in total, so you can get half the story today at the event. Well, So-Called Living is it's a different kind of vampire story that takes place in a world where the extraordinary is ordinary. So werewolves, vampires, zombies are common day amongst us normies. Like nobody lives in secret. And so Jack gets turned into a vampire. and it kind of turns his life upside down. And his problems in the beginning are menial. He can't get into his apartment because there's nobody to invite him in. He can't walk out into the sun without, bursting into flames. So he's got to kind of adapt his life to this new way of living. And while he's trying to put his life together, he calls on his friends for help. And they're idiots. They think it's great. He thinks it's an inconvenience. But again, while he's trying to put his life together, the mob gets wind of this new baby vampire in town, and they are very interested, and not in a good way. They're more interested in the want to chop you up and sell you on the streets for parts type of way. So while Jack's trying to put his life together, he's being hunted down by the mob. Think of it as the cast of Friends being hunted down by the cast of The Sopranos, and they stay in character. So it's very dark comedy. It's kind of split right down the middle. So it's been reviewing well, and we're really happy, and we're hoping to get the last 4 issues out shortly after March. If you head over to SoCalledLiving.com, you can buy all the digital versions of our books. As far as physicals go, we're not offering them quite yet, other than if you see me at a show. So seeing me at a show right now is the only way to get them. Eventually, we will be offering them through our site.
Sure. Well, I'm Kurt Lehner. I'm a celebrity artist with Marvel Comics, Walt Disney, Warner Brothers, DreamWorks. I worked on many, many projects. I was an animator for 15 years in my career to begin with. I worked for Disney and Warner Brothers. I worked on movies like Beauty and the Beast. I worked on Space Jam, the motion picture, All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 with Charlie Sheen and MGM Studios. I worked on a lot of television shows. If you remember the Disney Gargoyle TV series, I was a character designer on that TV show. I worked with Stan Lee back in the day on the Marvel Action Hour, back in the 90s as well. And there's many. I did a project with Jim Lee on his Jim Lee Wildcats animated series. So lots and lots of projects that I've worked on. Right now, I retired from animation about 15 years ago, and now I'm working on just doing collectible launch art pieces for cinematic universe products with Marvel products, Disney products, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, all sorts of cool stuff. So right now at the event here, if you this is CompassCon. If you've never been to a CompassCon, I would suggest please come. It's such a friendly show. It's a smaller, intimate show, yet so many cool products that you can get here. The owners are just A plus. Here, I'm promoting a lot of my lithograph art. I'm doing a special first of the year discount pricing today. So if you have an opportunity, get down here. Come and see me. But my lithographs are very collectible. I'm providing them on their own or in picture frames. To buy my work, you must come to a convention. I'm an exclusive convention artist that my collectibles are available from here. You can find me on Instagram. On Instagram, we're at Lehner Art 777. So it's LEHNERART 777.